Hi, I'm Ronit Treatman, and today I would like to tell you the story of how Chamin came to Philadelphia. The first Jews arrived in America in the 1600s. They were Portuguese Jews fleeing the Inquisition, and they settled in Recife, Brazil. At that time, Brazil was a Dutch Protestant colony. Then Portugal conquered Brazil, and the Inquisition came to America. The Jews moved north to New Amsterdam, which is modern-day New York. And from there they came south to trade furs with the Native Americans. When King George III deeded this land to William Penn embarked on his holy experiment, in which people of different faiths could live together in peace. And when the Jews came, they brought with them new foods from the Mediterranean. They brought pomegranates, almonds, dates, fava beans, lentils, grapes, and olive oil. And they also brought their signature Sabbath stew called Chamin. Chamin comes from the Hebrew word cham, which means hot. And this dish evolved as a way of observing the Sabbath. It is not permitted to kindle a fire or work on the Sabbath. And in the oral traditions, Jews were instructed to bury the hot. The way this was done in ancient times was a clay or metal pot was taken. All the ingredients of the stew were placed in the pot, for example, meat, potatoes, lentils, chickpeas, fava beans, unshelled eggs, spices, rice, whatever they had available, and it was covered with water. A hole was dug in the ground, and wood was burned to make charcoal. Some of this wood was placed in the hole. Then the pot was taken and a special paste was mixed. Water and flour were mixed. The rim of the pot was painted with this paste, and then the lid was glued to the pot. This way no debris could come in and the stew would stay very moist. The pot was placed in the hole, more embers piled on top of it, and then everything was covered with earth. And charcoal can stay hot in this way for several days. But the chamin was in there for 24 hours. It would be placed on Friday midday, and on Saturday after prayers and services, Jewish families would come back home, dig out their pot, and enjoy a hot meal. In Philadelphia, chamin was cooked in an open hearth in a cast iron pot. There was a ritual in the way chamin was served. First, the eggs and potatoes were plated, and each diner would spice them to taste with salt, chili powder, and cumin. Then, the meat, lentils, and everything else that was in the pot were placed on the plate. After 24 hours of slow cooking, it was all very, very tender and just melted in the mouth. And so, as they say in Ladino, enjoy with good flavor. Buen provecho.